Alright, well, I'm back. Just a short break. Let's go ahead and deal. I think I have sold everything I'm willing to. Now, let's see if there's anything worth purchasing. We've got an Earthbreaker called Smasher. We have the Attrition Dagger. That does Constitution damage. Detainer, which is horribly expensive. How about we go Descending Order? Light Crossbow of Oracle's Misery. Simple proficiency group. Whenever confirms a critical hit, if wielded by an oracle, the target must pass a will saving throw or suffer from the same effect as the oracle's curse. The oracle's curse gave on level 1, without any of its benefits. This effect can be removed with the Remove Curse spell. Okay. Light Mace of Severe Strike. Butcher of Undead. Light Hammer of Righteousness, which, you know, I would probably give to Sela. She has a Mace, Heavy Flail of Weakness. It's a Cold Iron, Heavy Flail. Negative 1 penalty on attack rolls for 1 round. Light Mace of Severe Strike. That does on a critical. Alright, Light Hammer of Righteousness. Oh my god, cat! +1 Light Hammer deals +1 holy damage on hit. That's not bad. I'm not going to get it yet, though. I want to see what else we have here. We have the Butcher of Undead, which is a great club. Which is great and all, but devastating blow from above. Short Bow of Code. Entrapping Longbow. This +1 short bow grants its wearer. Okay. Dark Horn, Trident, blah blah blah. Lots of cold iron stuff here. Alright. Well, nothing there that is of interest. So we'll scroll up through the armor. That's a light shield +1. Do any of my people wield bucklers? She does. She has Deceiving Facade. It's a +1 buckler, so she doesn't need another +1 buckler. He wields a crossbow. He has rapier +1 and a sickle of Falter. She has a crossbow. He has this longbow. And he has a comma. Long Sword of Right. And a heavy shield +1. She also has half plate and a hero cloak. Alright. I don't really think... Lots of crossbow wielders. Alright. Armor of Vigilance. Adamantine Chainmail. That was like... That was worth a lot. Living Ram. It's medium armor. It's a breastplate. Whenever the wearer of this +1 breastplate uses a combat maneuver and hits an enemy, they deal an additional 1d6 +1 bludgeoning damage. So useful, but not the sort of useful I want. We have the Rugged Helm. Lesser Kinetic Diadem. We've got Quiver of Cold Iron Ammunition. Detainer, Light Crossbow of Oracle's Misery, rather. how much shared stash? We have only 10,000. Decimation. It's cold iron, so that's good, but I don't know that anybody can use it. Does it give me a list of who it's usable by? No. Okay. Crossbow of Oracle's Misery. Short bow of Code. That would be very funny if I gave that. I don't even think you could use it, though. Armor of Vigilance. Short bow of Code. We got some armor. A couple of light shields and bucklers. Cold iron, masterwork, heavy flail. No. What about no ranged weapons? That's masterwork short bow, masterwork quarterstaff, masterwork nunchucks, long sword, lots of masterwork. Masterwork light crossbows. No +1 crossbows. The crossbows we have are horribly expensive. Or the magic crossbows we have. Alright, well, nothing more for me to acquire there. Let's... You guys are still... Alright. Good for you. Into the tavern! Alright. Sila. The Defender's Heart greets you with unexpected liveliness. Beyond the walls of the tavern, the once bustling, festive city lies in ruins, but somehow none of that can be felt within these walls. The people in the room are talking, laughing, raising toasts, even softly singing. It doesn't look like typical tavern revelry, but nor is it the grim vigilance of recent days. Sela waves to you. She is sitting at a table with the trio of you met previously. The knight, the half-elf, and the red-headed halfling. Mad Catter! Come, let me introduce you to Alan, Janna, Curl, the fearless warriors of the League of the Inspiring Cart. Sela pushes a mug of beer towards you and speaks softly. It was me who convinced Erebeth to use what Janna, Curl, and Alan found for a little party. If you look out the window, you might think the end times have come and the abyss has devoured us all. I thought some simple pleasures, good food, good company, could keep the gloom at bay. Sela looks at you hesitantly, as if trying to gauge your reaction. I ever turned down merrymaking and good company? Let's raise our mugs, my friends. Wait, I'm not ready for another toast yet. It's not every day I get to that I drink with paladins, knights, and sword lords. Eldori's sword lords. Hey, we're just going to sit here with grim faces. I say we get to know each other a little better, so we have better reason to toast. Tell me about your order, you and your order, Elan. A land of the Hound Hearts. As stories go, it's not very entertaining. I was born to the south in Andoran. I lost my parents early, led the life of a simple mercenary, but often questioned the path I had chosen. I'm proud of my sword skills. I enjoy training and drills, and I'm not afraid of battle. But risking my life for coin, it takes a special mindset to choose that lot with no regrets. You have to want to risk your blood. I saw too many of my friends die, and I wonder if it was worth it. Is Alan one of the iconics, like the iconic knight? Or, not knight, they call him, whatever. So in the end, I chose another path. Now, if I'm going to lay down my life, at least it will be for a good cause. That's how I ended up in Mendev and became a squire for the Hound Hearts. It's a small order. By tradition, it never has more than 12 members, and a new member is only knighted after one of the elder dies. We patrol the lands along the Wardstone line and provide aid to travelers and settlers. Unfortunately, death is common among the Hound Hearts. I became a full knight 2 years ago after laying my mentor to rest. But I'm content with my choice. My place is among the Crusaders. Have you been serving the Eagle Watch for long, Janna? I signed up 4 days before the demon attacks. Am I lucky or what? Janna lets out an overly boisterous laugh. I'm an apprentice of the famous fencing master from Maivon. Maivon is one of the more stable of the River Kingdoms. It began as a refuge for the Aldori sword lords who fled Rostland during the rule of Coral the Conqueror. Many sword lords settled there in Maivon, bringing with them the experience and knowledge of the ancient discipline of sword lords. Warriors from as far away as Garund make pilgrimages to Maivon to study their secrets. To earn the right to stay, the applicant must pass a series of increasingly difficult duels. And I learned a thing or two from him. Believe me, I soon got bored of fighting off bandits and getting involved in the petty squabbles of the bickering river kingdoms. Janna Aldori. Is this? Wait. No, I don't think it is. I wanted a proper challenge, and you can't find a better place than Mendev. And what do you know? The moment I arrived, the demonic invasion began. My father would say that's no accident. Fate brought me here. What about you, Curl? How did you end up among the condemned? I just did what everyone else was doing. I grew up in the slums where everyone stole a little or maybe smuggled or guarded stashes, so Curl stares into his mug gloomily. But I never killed anybody, and I never did anything really bad. I got caught stealing, and when they made me choose between prison and the condemned, well, of course I didn't want to go to prison. I'm not that good a fighter, but as Norgorber is my witness, a thief can also be useful in a war against demons. I've always been a good scout. I can sneak under the nose of any monster. But I don't know where my friends are now. We got separated when the demons rampaged through the city. Norgorber is known as the once mortal god of thievery and assassination, as well as the keeper of secrets. He is called the Reaper of Reputation by some, but he has more insidious titles among worshippers who venerate his other 3 aspects. Blackfingers, Father Skinsaw, and the Grey Master. He remains an enigma to most, and his true motives are unknown. Many of his own followers remain ignorant of his plans and designs. Norgorber is the only evil god among the Ascended. Chin up, friend. Whoever you were in the past, you're our friend now. And a crusader. Your skills will be useful to us, you see. How do all of you know Sela, the land of the Hound Hearts? I met my noble sister on the road to Canabras. I was returning from the south from my fiancée, and was happy to be in the company of a paladin of Iomade. We said our farewells at the city gates, and I went north along the road to Dresden, to my order's camp. Alan's face grows grim at the mention of the camp. The demons attacked us there at the same time they struck Canabras, but we managed to fight them off. We hurried to the city's aid and joined forces with the Eagle Watch. All my fellow Hound Hearts were wounded during the battle on the streets. I'm the last knight of my order who can still fight. It's so good to see Sela again. Every loyal heart counts these days. I met Sela at a tavern in Canabras before the attack. Of course, she was one of the few who would sit at a table with the condemned. Knights usually don't even look at us, but Sela is different. I knew that the moment I saw her. That's what made me notice Sela too. So I sat down and talked to her. I never understood why everyone treated the condemned so horribly, and I still don't. Our Curl is a great lad. So after that night, Sela and I went around to the taverns together every day. Mendev is an amazing place. People from all over the world come here. For glory, redemption, or to help those in trouble. And they always find each other. And this might be the best place in the world to find like-minded people and friends. That was a toast, in case you hadn't noticed. Sela, did you call me over just because, or is something the matter? I didn't just want to talk about today's celebration. You see, Alan is in trouble. I want to help him, and I don't know anyone else in the city I can turn to. His fellow knights were all wounded in battle. Alan shakes his head. Bad idea, sister. I told you, I don't want to bother anyone else with my problems. I need to handle them on my own. You know... Got me beer. I'll help out. Oh, come on. Hiding your sadness from your friends is no way to live. Curl is right. The Mad Catter helped me find you. Without his help, I'd still be looking for you all over Canabras. So, Alan, come on. Stop being so stubborn. Tell me more. The young knight shakes his head. In all truths, I do not wish to impose. My problems are just minor troubles. The paladin of Iomade and her friend certainly have more important things to do, especially now that Canabras has been overwhelmed with demons. If I've learned anything in my life, it's that there's nothing minor about good and evil. Sela begins seriously, but then a smile lights up on her face. Take the three of you, for example. It seems like all you did was save one cart from some lesser demons. But look how many people are happy now. That feat will never be sung of in songs. But who knows, maybe thanks to this one joyous hour of peace and rest, the defenders of Canabras will find the strength to protect the city. Sela catches her breath. I talk too much, don't I? Well, Sir Alan, I want to help you, and my reputation as a holy warrior of Iomade won't suffer if it's more of a minor adventure than a glorious feat. All right, I'll explain. The life of a crusader has given me more than just a purpose and a chance to serve a righteous cause. When I abandoned my life as a mercenary and came to Mendev, I gained something else I never expected. It's here that I met, may all ladies forgive me, the finest girl in all the world. It's a miracle she found any love in her own heart for a bungler like me, but I'm not about to let this miracle go. Not even the demon lord Discari and all his demon army can stand in my way. Nala, figure your shit out. Come on. Luckily, my beloved is now safely away from Canabras. For half a year, I've been getting up my courage to propose to her. I even ordered a ring from Derek Sunhammer, the best jeweler in Mendev. Independent knightly orders live mostly off donations, and I'm not what you would call rich. But I so want to make Kiana happy. It took me 3 months to find a jewel of the same shade as her eyes, and twice that long to scrape together enough money. Master Derek's work was worth it, but I lost the ring during the demon attack, and I'll probably never find a worthy replacement. The ring is most likely still at Houndheart's camp outside the city. Alan and his friends didn't have time to pack up their camp. First the demons ambushed them, and then they rushed off to help Canabras. I think we should at least go there and check. Not right now, of course, but once the situation in the city is under control. What could we run into at this camp? My friends and I killed 2 large demons attacking the camp, then rode straight to the city without spending any more time cleaning up the rest of their band. There's only a few imps, but they might still be at the camp. Of course, this was a while ago. Our camp was attacked at the same time as the wardstone in the main square, and I haven't been back there since. Fine, that'll help. I need more XP. Sela puts her hand on your shoulder. Thanks for agreeing to help Alan. Alan is a good man and a true knight, and I think the world should repay those that are devoted to doing good. Let's help him so he can propose to his beloved the way he wanted. The Houndheart campsite has been revealed. Sela and I hope I can convince Erebeth to let me go with you when you do this. I want to be parted from my friends. Of course, if the League of the Inspiring Cart came together in this dark hour, we must continue onward together. Alright, cool. We did stuff and things. And let's see. Let's get out of here. I want to do more stuff and things. Oh. I should probably rest first. Yes, let's do that. Let's rest, and let's put some stuff away. Oh, and there's Ember. Hello, Ember. How are you? Oof, so much stuff. Alright, so we are gonna put... Let's put all the ingredients. Well, maybe not all the ingredients. The blood vial, the stuff that's probably not gonna end up in food. Good paw. Elemental essence. We'll keep that. Fairy mushrooms. Oh no. Purifying solution. Gonna keep that. Rainbow quartz. Okay. What's this? Rice. Alright. Shiny chitin. Okay. There we go. Let's also speak to Wolshif for a moment. I have a cat following me. What are you doing? Maybe. Oh, Dwarven Urgosh. It's a monster hunter. Interesting. Stalk of Purity. Quarterstaff of Slip. It's a monk weapon. Oh. Wand of Sleep. Poisonous Dart. We've got an enhancement. But it's a dart. We run out of those. Cold Iron Star Knife +1. It's a martial weapon. Is there anybody who can use it? That isn't, of course... it's just Sela. This, however... This I will buy. Because... if things get hairy... I want him to have a weapon that doesn't suck. And that is the weapon I choose. Yes, I should, I really don't want to... actually, hold on. I suppose I can. Show me what you have with the teeth and connection. I will sell that and the cold iron dagger. There we are. So many animals. Not that I mind. It's just amusing. Oh, it's Darren. Alright. Oh, I hope I didn't need to memorize shit.
When you were little, you had the funniest little stubby horns. Did it hurt when they started growing?
Damn things itch like crazy.
Alright, I'm gonna continue. So as much as I like... What the hell? Demons were killed recently, no doubt about that, but it's not clear if it happened here or if the bodies were brought here from elsewhere. Okay. Huh. I should see how many people need to prepare spells. Alright, so she's good. I don't need to prepare spells. She doesn't need to prepare spells. He doesn't need to prepare spells. He doesn't... Well, they need to prepare spells, but they don't... I don't need to worry about that, is what I'm saying. Pardon me. Alright. Now we go. Alright. Well, let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. You guys are still working on that. You know, there are two crusaders right over there. They're just talking to each other. I'm sure the four of you could move that thing a little easier than just, you know, the two of you. Alright, so I don't want him. Because she's got a lot of healing. And she has spells, so I'm going to keep her in. Hi. Oh, look at you. Such a cute kitty. Alright. We're going to go to the Blackwing Library. Corpse wearing the robes of a worshipper of Discari hangs from a signpost. It's been here a while, but the bag on its belt remains undamaged. You could procure some regents from that. Sure, why not? Except, I'm encumbered. Oh, I am. Well. That is irksome. Can I... Okay, I can remove that. I'll have to get Magnificent Plume Hat. I like that. Engraved Lucky Bracers. Claw of Jistka. Cavalier, that's the word I was looking for. While mounted. I'll have to see if I can find some... like a belt of giant strength or something. Alright. Yep. Well, let's get that.
Is that treasure?
Barrel of flammable alchemical substance. We got loot. The great library of Canabras has been ravaged and wrecked in the most barbaric way. It seems that someone took perverse pleasure in smashing lamps and furniture and tearing pages out of books. Well, we will gather all the lore. Ooh, what's this? Padded armor. Boring. Nope. That's a lot of people dying in the fire. Caleb, stocky knight with a head of messy hair, stands before you. His armor is spattered with blood. He greets you with a deep, booming voice. The hefty crusader smiles merrily, paying no heed to the blood-curdling shrieks coming from the pyre and the acrid smell of burning flesh. They burn well enough, don't they? Cursed traitors. Arilu's minions. These vermin infiltrated the Crusader forces and aided the demons from inside the city. But I caught them. I am Captain Caleb Sazomal, and these men are my subordinates. Strange feeling rises up within you. It is pure instinct. You don't know what you're about to do, but you are certain it is right. Take a closer look. I don't have the best religion. Perception check. Caleb is talking too loudly, all while casting sidelong looks at you. You have seen similar behavioral quirks before in liars. Put out those flames. I order you in the name of Baphomet. The words fly out of your mouth before you can even think them. Some gut instinct told you that this is precisely what needs to be said in this moment. And the words hit their target. The Crusaders jump in surprise and look at each other in terror. Woljif glares menacingly at Caleb. Didn't you know, mortal? We're everywhere. Sir, we didn't know you were one of us. You heard him. Put the flames out. Cuffing his lackeys around the head, Caleb herds them straight toward the fire. All three of them start trying to fight the flames, showing no concern for their own safety. An inexplicable feeling of rightness flows through you. You enjoy seeing the look of oafish terror on the faces of the Crusader and his lackeys when you rebuke them for their fecklessness. Ooh, tempting. Which should I pick? Oh! Let's see. An inexplicable feeling of rightness. Okay. You blithering idiots! You cack-handed dimwits! You empty suits of... No, that's a little too ridiculous. Quickly, you worms! If you keep dawdling, I'll throw you into the furnace at the Grey Garrison. Whoever doesn't pull his weight is a dead man. I'll take the other two into Baphomet's forces. Sure. With a wary look in your direction, Caleb abandons his own attempts to quell the flames and turns his focus on thumping and kicking his subordinates to hurry them along. The method proves surprisingly effective, and the flames begin to dwindle. You blithering idiots! Yeah! Caleb grunts in wordless terror and desperately fights the flames. Every so often, he sends murderous looks at his associates, whom he has clearly already condemned to death. I guess I get to do all of them. You watch in satisfaction as Caleb and his 2 lackeys rush to put the alchemist's fire. Their armor becomes covered in soot, and welts rise on their skins and from the flames, succumbing to another strange oratorical impulse. You chivy them along with barked orders and florid invective. Listen to your gut. There's plenty more where that came from, sir. I'll do everything you ordered, and just as soon as those crusaders arrive, they'll be dead meat. I'll go make sure that we get another 2 barrels of alchemist fire from the great garrison storeroom. Things are going to burn right up in there. That was fun. Good night, Reaper. A blind elf stands before you. He looks extremely strange. His face wears its years heavy, which is unusual for members of his race. Thinning gray hair and a ragged beard, sightless milky eyes, pale papery skin covered in age spots, a spine curved by the passage of time. This is not how elves typically age. The youth that graces the faces of elves even on their deathbed has totally abandoned this decrepit specimen. A bearded elf? How intriguing! If you please, I would like to pluck out a hair of that phenomenon manifesting on your chin. In the interest of science, of course. The old elf holds out his hands in your direction in the perennial gesture of the blind, greeting you with an unexpectedly strong and calm voice. Hello. I am Storyteller, and I wish to thank my rescuers. That is you, if I am not mistaken. The Storyteller is a mysterious elf traveler who arrived in Canabras shortly before the Discari attacked. The strangest part about him is not his blindness, but the fact that he looks ancient, even though old age typically does not affect the appearance of elves. This enigmatic figure harbors many secrets. Storyteller? Ha! That's the first I've ever heard of a venerable old-timer like that having a street name. Sometimes a person can lose their name, but Mama and Papa are gone. Friends are gone. There's nobody to ask what it was. So instead of their name, a person can pick any word that is good. Everybody has to have a name. Or do they? I don't know. Who are you? I prefer people to call me Storyteller. It's very accurate and describes the sphere of my occupation and interests. In most of the places I have been, I am known by that name. For those of you watching, this man was also in an NPC in Kingmaker. He identified nifty little items, and that resulted in lots of money. When I was little, my mother and father used to tell me stories, but I have no one to tell me stories now. Sometimes Grandma does in my dreams, but I always forget them in the morning. Can you tell me a story? The corners of the blind elf's mouth slowly creep upward. For you, I may have a story to tell, but perhaps it is you who has a story for me. Just curious, how come you didn't burn in the fire? And to tell them the truth, I myself do not know. I felt the heat. It was so strong. I waited for the pain, the burning, but I was unscathed. But the smoke nearly did finish me off. It may be some form of magical protection against fire, but I don't know by what means I have acquired it. Just another oddity of my collection of the inexplicable. Gloom steals across the storyteller's pensive face. I want to talk to you about something. The old elf responds with dignity and courtesy, but firmly. In thanks for my rescue, I, of course, will render you a service in turn, whatever it may be. However, at this moment, I wish to be somewhere safer than the present surroundings. My recent adventures have fatigued me greatly. I would be grateful if you could help me to a safe shelter of some kind. Typical. You do someone a good turn, and instead of saying thank you, they just ask for more help. Go easy on the old elf. He's had a rough go of it. Yeah, because we've had it so easy. Finian the talking weapon. I keep forgetting I have this, and it's okay. We can't not help him. If it was up to me, Grandfather Elf, I'd throw you over my shoulder and carry you out of here. This is no place for old folks. I got a talking weapon. That makes me happy. I have other things to do. I will help you soon. In that case, I will remain here for now. Wandering the city while it's under attack by demons would be inadvisable for a blind person. Don't forget to take me with you when you are going to a safe place. Alright, I have more things to loot.
Is that a trap?
Take that. Take that. All of that. So lots of that. The bookcase is full of text describing demons and methods of fighting them. Regrettably, all this knowledge wasn't enough. That book. That book. That book.
It went splendidly.
Some monstrously large demonic blade fell upon the library, splitting the ruins in two, and leaving an enormous black scar. It is possible that Discari himself was the one to destroy the building with his terrifying scythe, Rift Carver. You know, I'm not exactly a detective, but I get the impression that that is a very fair deduction. Ooh. Ooh. It's just leather armor. Random shit. Ooh, what's this? Quarterstaff of some kind.
A success worthy of
The
praise.
statue of the mage who founded the Blackwing Library. He cut the wings off a demon known as a Vrock and hung it above the entrance. Let's see here.
A bright future awaits us.
Nope. Alright, what do we have? Padded armor, focus, bonus to concentration checks. That's pretty good. Only a 5% arcane spell failure chance. Robes, +1 on all saving throws against fear effects. Oh. He lacks any armor. She lacks armor. Oh, what's this? Quarterstaff of Coercion. +1 quarterstaff. It's the spells the wielder casts. I'll give that to her. I might give it to her. Oh, wow. Very weak. Alright, well, I did gather a lot of things, just nothing of terrible use. Alright, well, let's go gather our blind storyteller. and get going. Yep, taking you to Defender's Heart. Please accept my sincere thanks once again. If I may, please don't rush. I will struggle to keep up with your young legs. Sure. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Put you back into it. Oh, I wish I had snacks. Probably is some snacks. I'm not going to go digging. The blind elf looks better than he did in your last encounter. His clothes are clean and his pale face has some color. The elf turns to you and listens closely. Is it you, my savior? I recognize your footsteps, determined footsteps befitting a determined person. Allow me to thank you for saving me. Please accept this humble token of my appreciation. The elf hands you a small black ring with 2 scarlet runes on it. Irbeth has explained why you were looking for me. I warned the authorities of Canabras that the local ward stone had been desecrated. They waved off my warning and paid for their inaction. I have examined many ward stones, but only in the one guarding Canabras did I sense a flow, a spot of corruption inside, a vulnerability the demons will surely use. They are able to spread the blight inside the ward stone, corrupt it, and make it their weapons. It frightens me to think of what it will be capable of. The wardstone must be destroyed. Who are you, and why did they let you examine the wardstone? The elf smiles faintly. I am the storyteller, just an old elf. And a bit more. I am old even for an elf. I've seen many things and have been many places. Not so long ago, I witnessed the making of a young kingdom in the Stolen Lands, led by a remarkable and promising individual. My advice on the complicated matter of conquering those lands proved useful to that leader. This is not uncommon for me. Some seek my advice or services, and I don't refuse. This is how I acquired my reputation as an old vagrant who's never hurt anyone, stayed out of others' squabbles, but sometimes gave good advice. I have a few friends in Nerosian who vouched for my integrity. This is why my humble request to be allowed to see the wardstone was granted. I visited all of them, but only found cause for alarm in Canabras. Do you wield some magic power, some instinct? Yes, to a certain extent, but it is more of a gift. I can see the past, stories that have happened. I touch an object and shreds of its owner's memories are revealed to my mind, their emotions, passions, and tragedies. I see visions like I am them, and their stories happen to me. This is my power. I've been roaming the world gathering such stories for many thousands of years. One day I will gather them all. What blight is concealed in the ward stone? I'm afraid I don't have the answer to your question. To understand the nature of this blight, we need to understand how the ward stone was created, and it is hidden from me. I can only guess. Have you heard of the Red Morning Massacre? A dreadful morning remembered with fear by even those not yet born at the time. A demoness called Minago invaded the city with a crowd of her followers and started to do what demons do best: kill and desecrate. They say they covered the ward stone with pieces of dead bodies, splashed it with blood from top to bottom. Could such an abomination darken the radiance of the gift of Iomade herself? The locals think it is impossible, but who knows? It was not the last attack. Many demon leaders brought their unholy forces here, even the terrifying Baelor Koramzadeh. Baelor Koramzadeh is one of Deskari's most powerful generals, but his personal might is not the only reason why he poses such a threat in combat. They call him the World Wound Strategist, for he is the shrewdest general among demon kind. Not too long ago, he oversaw one of the most successful assaults on Canabras and nearly destroyed the Ward Stone, an achievement that only Lord Deskari himself was able to claim in the end. Their attacks were rebuffed, but they still reached their target. I think this is when the seed of corruption was planted in the stone. It wouldn't have grown on its own, but Deskari himself has now come to take advantage of this weakness, to open the abscess that has been festering for years, unnoticed by the people of Canabras. And when the demon lord struck the blow, the weakened stone gave in. Now it's in the demon hands, and nothing is stopping them from spreading the blight through the entire stone, and from it to the other stones along the whole perimeter of the world wound. I tried to see their stories, and the visions I had when I touched the ward stones were unclear. I saw hundreds, maybe thousands of different stories at the same time. They followed each other like flashes of lightning. It was impossible to separate them. I couldn't understand where one of them ended and the next began. I've heard you, storyteller. In that case, you must make every possible effort to destroy the corruption. Unfortunately, I don't know where to get an instrument powerful enough to banish it from the ward stone. As far as I know, there's nothing like it in Canabras. The demons might have something. I've heard the dying roar of Terendelev the Silver Dragon, the protector of the city. At the same time, I felt a wave of unfamiliar power sweep over me from head to toe. I would advise you go to where Terendelev perished, and search there for something. I'm sorry I can't be more specific, but intuition and a strange sense of rightness tell me to point you there. Present the purple stone knife. I found this in the square where Terendelev perished. What do you make of it? The storyteller reaches out and softly says, "Even from here I can feel strange energies emanating from this object. If you don't mind, I will examine it using my method. I'll try and see the past of its owner, their emotions, and shreds of their memories. Maybe it'll help us to better understand what we are dealing with." The storyteller touches the knife, his fingers clamping around the hilt, and with a hungry, masterful grip, he contorts his face contorts into an evil grimace, his voice disgustingly raspy. "Hunger. Many legs bring me into the lair to my mother's feasting hall. Her swollen body overfilled with foods is so huge that I have to look at it with all of my eyes at once. on top of her scrawny little head with a long beak that is always yearning for more food. You feel feverish, and your chest, where the mysterious wound is concealed, feels hot. Your mind is flooded with a wave of visions, visions that repeat the words of the old elf. Mother greets me with a placid screech. Stupid, greedy wretch, whose only achievement is my birth. A creeping wingless creature. It's your fault I have no wings. A symbol of greatness, a birthright I should have received from my mighty father. Mother points me to the crowd of whimpering subjects, suggesting I fortify myself with their pathetic flesh. Not today. I summon my spawn, and they fly to me, envelop me in a teeming cloud. Like dark buzzing wings, they unfold behind my back and lift me up. Mother has always been stronger, but she did not expect this. I dive on her and rip her limp, bloated body with my claws. Ichor splatters and the bone spurs on my heels sink. Ichor splatters, the bone spurs on my heels sink into her flesh. I clench her pitiful tiny head and tear it off, along with the shreds of meat. Victory! I am the strongest. I am the son of my winged father. The elf grimaces with distaste. His voice becomes normal again. Appalling. Stories like that are the most difficult ones to keep with me. Did this knife belong to a demon? The storyteller opens his mouth to answer, but a sudden spasm crosses his face. A new vision, much stronger one, engulfs the old elf. The malevolent undertones vanish from his voice as it grows more determined and tired. Even looking at the ward stone is difficult, despite the corruption nesting in it. It still has an aura of strength. Your fingers clench. The stone hilt so tight it hurts. A little spot on the flawless surface of the wardstone draws your attention. It looks like a butterfly. Corruption in the guise of something utterly harmless, but it will grow. You swing and stab the butterfly with the knife as hard as you can. Your fingers cramp painfully. A howl invades your ears. Light, white light, everywhere. The stone knife falls from the old elf's hands. Out of breath, he drops to his knees. He is trembling, and the terror on his face so unlike the usual dignified manner. What was that? That is not the past. That was something that is yet to happen. Or rather, might happen. One of the roads to the future, and one of the possible futures. This item will help you cleanse the wardstone, or destroy it. You feel the longing to take the stone chisel and plunge it into your chest, right into the wound that has opened up in it. It is hard to resist this feeling, but at the last moment your self-preservation instinct takes over, and you manage to keep control of your own hands. The old man stands up. He looks completely stunned. Never before has anything like this happened to me. But how? I am not an oracle or a prophet, or is this another hidden riddle from the past that has caught up with me? I must find out. Seeing stories that have happened is one thing. Seeing stories that are yet to happen. I don't know why this is happening now, but there is one thing I am sure of. This is not a coincidence. This is a sign of coming changes. Great changes. I shared your vision, and this knife, it tempted me. Did you see what I saw? This has never happened before. Could it be the magic of the object that you brought me? I sense dark energies in it that can cloud and charm the mind. Be careful with this item. It may have tried to influence you, but you managed to overcome its power and subdue it. Or perhaps something else happened to us. Something we don't yet understand. Maybe it's the knife that gives you power of divination. The knife is a powerful artifact, but I feel its power is of a different nature. No, I felt the same as I do when I tell the past. This is my gift, but manifested in a completely abnormal way. Is what you saw destined to happen? No. The future is not yet set. It used to be a long time ago, when the god Eredin guarded Golarion. But not now. Prophecies do not come true. Or they do, but not the way they were supposed to. I only saw one version of the future, one of the paths leading to it. But the choice has not been made, and our destinies are not set in stone. Who were you in your vision? I don't know. Something strong and desperate enough to resort to extreme measures. I felt that what I was doing had to be done. Your powers are amazing! A few minutes ago I would have agreed with you. But the thing that has just happened, it disturbs me. My gift has never manifested like this. Something has changed, and these changes frighten me. Let me touch them, and I'll tell you what I see. Powerful forces lie dormant in this sword. It used to belong to an incredibly bright and daring soul. Proud Terendeliv, protector of Canabras, you devoted your life to serving people. Your death is a great loss, but maybe I will be able to find something about you that is unknown to your many admirers. What a peculiar weapon. I sense intelligence in it, but it seems dented. Ah ha ha ha, Grandpa Elf. Watch where you're poking your fingers. It tickles. And shall we? Tell me what you see. Hello, Grandpa Elf. Storyteller carefully takes Finian from your hands. Hello, Finian. He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. His face contorts into painful grimaces. I am coming to again. How long have I been here? You kept me in a cage for 3 days. I know this is because 3 times the light under the door disappeared for a long time. And they chained me to the table and the bladesmith. Everyone calls him the bladesmith. He placed a device with a jar over me. Feels like I'm being fried. At first I tried to break free, but I got tired. Then I screamed. But now I've lost my voice, though the pain is burning right through me. Storyteller stops. His voice changes, becoming more frightened. I think I lost consciousness again. But when I woke up, the pain was gone. I wasn't tied to the table anymore. I was standing near it. And someone else was lying on the table. A burned corpse with a black crust. The master took out a handsaw and was sawing off his head in a very focused way. I should have run back then, but I couldn't for some reason. The burned corpse had a symbol on his belt just like I do. An eye and a star. My favorite belt, a good one. Why would a stranger get one? It must have been someone from my clan, some distant family member. The storyteller stops. When he speaks again, you hear only a muffled whisper. Those Crusaders. I was glad when I saw them. I thought they'd come to help, but how? How was it that I killed them all? Someone told me to, and I obeyed. I don't understand. I understand nothing now. I need to catch my breath. I need all this to stop, even just for a moment. I just have to understand what's happening to me. I just need to rest. The storyteller shakes his head, slowly comes to his senses. That is Finian's past, but what awaits him in the future? The dead have no future, but I see an endless ocean on a good day and a boat flying over the waves. I am so excited, but I don't know whose vision this is. Is this a soul existing here and now, or a soul reborn? Interesting. Thank you for your story. Please take care of this young lad. He is finally in the right hands. Do not worsen his suffering by involving him in dishonorable deeds. Finian, the talking weapon. Come on, Grandpa Elf, I can take care of myself. I'm not a kid. I don't know what horrors you were talking about, but don't worry about it, all right? Look after yourself. Tell me about Terendelev. I am flying. I can spread my wings. I am gliding over a broad river. The sunset has turned its surface smooth like a mirror, and I see my reflection. It is as if another silver dragon is rising to meet me from the depths. But what is it? The scales on my chest are black, and the darkness is spreading over my body. I wake up. A clear sky sways above me, blazing with heat. I am in human form. The red dust of the wound clings to my cracked lips. Someone is carrying me, made on a stretcher of shields and spears. I am so weak I can barely lift my hand to my face. The sight of my own hand terrifies me. It is black, and the skin glistens like scales melted by fire. I probably ought to cry, but I only feel hatred and nausea. All these people around me, out of sympathy for them, did I choose to leave the mountains. I gave up my flights over rivers. I went to Demon's Lair. They don't have a scratch on them, but I am infected with foulness. It's not fair. My life is more precious than their pathetic existence. Oh, how I hate them in this moment. And then I suddenly feel shame. No, these are not my thoughts. The Crusaders carrying me are my good friends, and I am glad they did not suffer. But I hate them and myself so much. Pain and hatred pierce me all at once. It's all because of them, Someone walking beside me touches me, talks to me. But the only thing I hear is, your mentor, he will come, he will help. And I lose consciousness. The storyteller takes a deep breath, exiting the vision. Such hatred from Terendelev. Isn't she on our side? Terendelev has come a long way. Her unit was ambushed by demons once, and she was infected with foulness. The Terendelev you met in Canabras has gone through many trials and regained her former purity. What happened next? Sometimes the past can be as vague as the future. We all know how Terendelev's story ended, but the beginning is hidden from us. Maybe if you find something else that used to belong to her, we will know more about her struggle. However, no matter what we learn, remember, her soul, the soul of a true dragon, overcame every obstacle and endured every torment. She was able to purify herself. For dragons are truly powerful not only in body but in spirit as well. Alright, let's see Radiance. What do you see of its past? Dresden is doomed. Demons attacked right when we lost the protection of the Sword of Valor. My city, my bastion of hope. We built you as a symbol that the lands mutilated by the Abyss could still be restored to mortals. Now you are perishing, and there is nothing I can do. We retreat. No, we flee. A frightened crowd rushes into the night through the southern gate. They are chased by the angry howls of demons killing the last defenders of the citadel. My heart goes out to them, but I'm standing still on the wall. I am covering the retreat. Demons do not attack. They seethe around you, fall from the sky, strike from all sides at once. They can't be stopped, but they can be distracted. I run to the upper floor of the gate tower. Radiance glows with a golden light in my hands. I permit myself to close my eyes for just one heartbeat. I imagine that the soft glimmering of the sword I see through my closed eyelids is the light of the summer sun. I smile. I open my eyes and call out, "Hey, Discari's spawn! Who wants the best trophy of the night? You know my name, Yaniel. You know how many of you I have killed with this very hand? You want to curry favor with Derazand, Minago, or the echo of your lord? Bring them my head if you can." Roaring and screaming, they rush towards me. In a wave of deformed bodies and unfurled wings, the wave crashes against me, spattering my armor with bloody froth. Broken wings and chopped-up bodies plummet to the foot of the tower. In the heat of the battle, I see Joran's pale face down there. Joran Vane is a skilled dwarf, blacksmith, brother of the traitor Stoughton Vane and friend of Yaniel, celebrated hero of the Crusades. He looks up at me in desperation, but he can't help. He's carrying 2 wounded on his shoulders. My city will fall, but my friends will survive. This is what I am fighting for. I am covering the retreat. The flow of fleeing people gradually dwindles. My armor is broken in many places, and I cannot heal my wounds anymore. The last demon I stabbed with radiance suddenly recoils, tearing the handle of my blood-slickened hand. He flies up, but falls somewhere far behind the walls, by the road being taken by the fleeing. No more golden glow in my hands. The night closes in on me, filled with shrieking, mocking demon laughter. Dresden, I am dying with you. Light of the sword, righteous Iomade, accept my soul. The storyteller runs his hands along the blade with a sad smile. I know these memories. I've heard about her so many times. Yaniel was a true crusader. Touching her memories is so cleansing. Do you see the future of the sword? Just one of numerous possibilities. The blind elf touches a sword hilt, and metal rings in his voice. I slide out of the sheath swiftly. I proudly watch the army of warriors led by my lord. I sing, slashing the air, putting courage in their hearts. I am radiance. Tremble, city of Dresden. My lady Yaniel has perished, but I am not done yet. Charge! The storyteller returns the sword to you. It is nice to know that this sword's glory days are not over. It has many battles ahead. Take care of it. It is a glorious sword. No, I already did this one. Alright. Oh, that's cool. Well, can I help you? I appreciate your offer. I have reason to believe that somewhere in Canabras there is a manuscript authored by an elf from Keonan who witnessed Earthfall. The storyteller's voice suddenly breaks, and he stops for a moment. For personal reasons, I would like to examine it. But no matter how hard I try, I have failed to find it, even in the Blackwing Library. I only found a mention that the manuscript exists and is held somewhere in the city. I assume it's stored at the Grey Garrison. They wouldn't let me into the archives when I visited. All those crusaders were nervous about the strange blind elf interested in their secrets. It's understandable. The crusade naturally made them a little paranoid. But now the Grey Garrison has fallen into enemies' hands. I'd be grateful if I could see the manuscript. I found a page that might interest you. I see myself young, energetic, able to see. Oh, gods! Have I found the key to my past? Oh, I should have read those before... Oops. Oh well. Finally, I will find what my own mind has been hiding from me. Thank you, the Mad Catter. And please follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. They are leaving. The people of Keonan faced the coming earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers. All of them hurry to the gate of Silverian, looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Golarion. I am ashamed, and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of catastrophe, but my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover. In case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gate of the Silverian Stone close, separating me from them. It's time for me to go, too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds. In case you change your mind. He hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Silverian. That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly, I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Why did the elves decide to flee, not fight? They are afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers, long-lived and powerful. They valued their lives and sunshine too much to enter the fight with the aftermath of Earthfall. Earthfall was name given to the cataclysmic event in which a shower of meteorites impacted Golarion in 5293. It resulted in the destruction of the human empires of Thassalon and Aslant, which were consumed by earthquakes and massive tidal waves, and the creation of the Inner Sea. The cloud of dust thrown up by Earthfall's impact settled in Golarion's upper atmosphere and blotted out the sun for 1,000 years, creating the Age of Darkness. Your mentor was a mage? Then you must be too, yes? Yes, I am an archmage, and this title is well deserved. I have acquired delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic. The curiosity has always pushed me towards new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship. What is the Silverian Stone? A magnificent crystal bent into an arch by a mighty hand of an ancient divine creator. Our great gate to other worlds. It breathes power. It dreams of eternity. Why are you angry at your fellow elves? I spent many hundreds of years in Keonan. I have always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest that was our home, but the rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them. But I love Golarion. All its places, all the forms it manifests in. I traveled widely and then came home and told my kinfolk about my travels, but they weren't interested. They only cared about Keonan. Their lack of desire to hear about the wider world makes me sad and angry. What happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I am standing at the top of my tower many miles to the north of Keonan, and I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock rushing down on my world. And then, a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golarion and up to the vaults of the sky, crunching bones, blood from burst vessels, filling my eyes with darkness, drowning in timeless and timelessness along with countless denizens of Golarion. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come around, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind. But no, little by little, I begin to see the stone wall. I am alive, but why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash covered the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. Aslant, the lost continent of the Arcadian Ocean. That was the first center of human culture on Golarion, brought together by the intelligence of the ancient aquatic race of aboleths. Aslanti society and culture grew by leaps and bounds until their arrogant leaders began to think themselves superior to their inhuman masters. In retribution, the aboleths called down the meteor shower known as Earthfall in 5293. That's negative 5293. Never mind. Sinking the entire continent and condemning Golarion to the Age of Darkness. Now all that remains of the once mighty continent are a string of islands and atolls spread across a large swath of mid-Arcadian ocean. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clenched my teeth and stand up to watch Earthfall. Proudly, like the last Archmage of Keonan should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No, that will never happen. I am still alive and I can fight Earthfall and the darkness, not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one Archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. A disaster of untold proportions. An unborn planet dropped on Golarion by blind fate or someone's evil will. A blow so strong that the continent of Aslant is destroyed within moments, turned to ashes, wiped off the face of Golarion. In this burnt sacrifice, clouds of ash and dust are born, stealing our sun. Without the warmth of our star, the air cools, the soil is barren. Dark creatures crawl out of their lairs to rule, and the most frightening thing, without a sun, all hope dies in the heart. This is the Age of Darkness. 1,000-year period in which the sun's light was blocked by the ash knocked into the atmosphere by the meteoric impacts of Earthfall. It began with the rain of meteorites summoned from the sky by powerful magic in 5293, and lasted until the sun's light had been restored, roughly a millennium later. During the Age of Darkness, all major civilizations across Golarion were destroyed, ushering in a time of anarchy and destruction. What was the tower you mentioned? It's my retreat to the north of Keonan, my home away from home, my observatory. From its top, I watched the stars and, when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wastelands, I found the highest mountain and built a tower atop it. On clear days, I could see the mist over the Lake of Mists and Vales in the east. That's how high I was. What are you going to do next? I don't know. I think my opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era. ending the greatness of Galarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think. The elf suddenly winces, and is silent for a few moments as he calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me. I shouldn't have raised my voice. This story was much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It is so strange to see myself feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago, and not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we will find out how my story ended. Perhaps even why I forgot it. Thank you for your stories. I have a few questions about our encounter. Excellent. Of course, I make no secret of why I came. I was looking for something. Did you find? Of course not. But I found proof. Alright, so we already talked about that. Alright, I have to go. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, did I get Claw of Chistka? Finian, the talking weapon. Enhancement. +1 cooldown, ghost touch, finesse wielding. Okay. That is still locked to me. Let's go ahead and see Sela. How is this? Just a cold iron longsword still. Well, shite. Okay, alright. Alright. Well, that is a lot of stuff. I will go over here. I will drop off this. I'm gonna drop off these books. +1 luck bonus on all saving throws against fire-based effects. That's kind of... Well, Padded armor of focus. I could give that to... That's just a comma. Okay. Unbending armor. Light armor, studded. Yeah, I'm holding on to that because damage resistance is really useful. Kukri. Okay. Well. That is excellent. Let's get out of here. Alright. Whew. That was a lot of reading. Let's get back to playing. How much time do I have? Alright. Well... Oh, I've got stuff to get rid of. So I get to turn right back around and go back inside. I really do not want to be carrying around a suit of full plate right now. The stream seems to be pretty smooth, so that's good. I'll tell you, why not? Everyone knows the story, you see, but you could say that I'm the one who found it, in a way. The Arendays are a very wealthy and ancient line, and they hail from the outlying areas of Canabras. That's where the Arenday family seat is, along with their ancestral lands. In the past, if Mendev was ever feuding with Sarkoris, or some clan from there was causing troubles, the Count and Countess Arenday were the ones who would defend the border with their soldiers. Their main residence was called Heaven's Edge. It still stands to this day north of here on the road toward Dresden, but no one lives there now. Around 10 or so years ago, there was a grand celebration held at the estate. The mother and the guardian of the current count invited the great and the good to celebrate his birthday. The entire Arenday clan were there, as well as many other nobles, and then, without warning, the demons struck. And clearly they couldn't ignore such a perfect opportunity to cut down so many of Mendev's great dynasties in one fell swoop. There was even a chance that the queen herself would make an appearance, for she was related to the count as well. Well, when no news came from the estate, a troop of inquisitors was sent to investigate. They forced open the gates and discovered the manor full of corpses. They all perished, Joran says sorrowfully. The servants, the guards, the guests, including some of Iomede's chosen clerics and paladins. The demons had unleashed a magical plague, terrifying and strange, the likes of which hadn't been seen before or since. And among them all this was young Darren Arenday, the only survivor. It sounds like the Mask of the Red Death, just without the debauchery. The Count had a talent for divine magic since his youth, healing magic in particular, and that must be why he didn't die with the rest. He couldn't explain how he survived the disease. I saw him that day, when they brought him into the city, pale and barely conscious of his surroundings. Now that's a story. Since then, Heaven's Edge has stood abandoned, sealed off to the outside world. People are still afraid to go near that place. Okay, well, that's good. Torag, watch over you. And all that. Yes. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Yes. Darren. All right. Oh, whoops, stop. It's the hanged cultist. I don't want to go there. Kaelessa. The elf hunched up next to you is clutching a small but deep puncture wound. Her appearance is quite remarkable. Her skin is blacker than any Garundi's, her teeth are fanged, and her hair is as gray as a chrome's. Her crimson eyes glare at you with a gleam of malice. What are you looking at, soldier? Like what you see? Giving you a scrutinizing look, she says harshly, "There's no point in you knowing, soldier. Trust me, the answer would only bring you misfortune, and it wouldn't be of any use to you. I'm a wanderer you won't ever meet again." "Who wounded you? Haven't you noticed the city is burning?" "There's a battle going on. I was wounded by a cultist." Ember is looking her over thoughtfully. "The wounds are strange. Not at all like mine. They burned me from the outside, but you were burned from within, I think. It hurt, didn't it?" Unperturbed by her cold silence. "Yes, I can see that it hurt. I'm sorry it happened to you." "You have a keen eye for these things, don't you, soldier? You guessed correctly. I am a drow. I don't think that gives you the right to judge me. There's much you don't know about me, and never will know. Believe me, it's for your own good." "No, you're Kaelessa, cultist of Discari." "That's a lie. I loathe demons, and I'll kill any that come along. Take a closer look." She's clearly holding something back, but she doesn't appear to be lying. Whatever she's hiding, her claim that she hates demons sounds quite convincing. "You're not lying. You're not telling me the whole truth. What was I supposed to pour my heart? What was I supposed to pour my heart out? You have your war, soldier. I have mine. You're fighting chaos and madness, and I am fighting lies and hypocrisy. We're both willing to die for our cause, aren't we? Why would Thorn slander you?" Kaelessa's grim expression hardens further, as bleak and unflinching as the words on a tombstone. "You're asking questions that are dangerous in and of themselves. I urge you to stop. The more you know about me, the higher chances that a traitor's dagger will find its way into your back." "I'm convinced." "No, I'm kidding. I believe you. Thorn is at Defender's heart. You should keep clear of that place. It was never my intention to set foot there." Can't I heal her?" "Oh, well, he was hoping she got away. Well, I'll have to have a little chat with Thorn. I do not like being lied to." Ooh. What's this? I will take that. Alright, so I've explored this direction, covered a task. Let's take a look. Oh, that's right, I've got a masterwork crossbow. So I'm going to keep the light crossbow force, but one of my people, let's see, she has a 16 dex. He's got a 20 dex. Well, let's give him the masterwork heavy crossbow. Yeah, so he can actually... He can put that thing to good use. If I need him to use... Which is nice, because I need him to use something ranged. Alright. So now it's raining. now we're over in this section again. That's the area. That's an area of exits. I think I've been here. Oh, this is the other side.
Here we go.
That's a house. Let's go into the house.
Is that treasure?
No, that's a trap. Its trigger seems to be right there.
This is my kind of work.
Yes, I know. You're a rogue. The rogue way. A journal about an experiment. Experiment day 1. Today... Info. Today I was able to catch a quasit. Rory may be my witness. It wasn't easy. Considering my humble physical condition, luckily it was a scrawny specimen, about 7 pounds with a wingspan of about 2 1/3 feet. When it awoke, the quasit first tried to attack me and then ruined my clothes with its caustic saliva. Experiment day 3. I have begun my linguistic research. My goal is to study the language of quasits. I'm quite convinced they have their own dialect. Through understanding their speech, I will be able to understand their way of thinking, and convince them to rebel against their lord's tyranny. A revolution will roll through the abyss, and the powerless will rebel against their oppressors. I'm sure that Everbloom Milani will not refuse her patronage even to such creatures as these, if they would break their chains of slavery. Unfortunately, progress is thus far insignificant. I've been able to catalog only 2 words. Alright, cool. I'm not gonna finish reading this, as... Stories told to us by spirits. Collect that. Alright. What's in here? A box. And stuff. Into the cellar. Let's explore the cellar. Poor bastards died in here, so might as well make sure they're... Oh, these fighters must have been cut off guard. They died before they could even draw their weapons. Their bodies are covered in a thin layer of ice that is slowly melting.
I can handle it.
Oh. Yeah, that probably wasn't what you wanted to do. Let's go ahead and do that. Ow.
They will break against our resolve.
Jerks.
Are we in trouble yet?
I'll hit you!
Always be ready for this.
Wait, there's a shadow demon.
Here we go again. What's going on here?
I will help where I can.
This war must end.
Yes.
Well, let's see. We got a whole bunch of scrolls. Bane, Bear's Endurance, Scroll of Bless, Bless Weapon, Full Strength, Cause Fear, Color Spray, Corrosive Touch. Come on, there has to be See Invisibility. Anything with an eye symbol? No.
I'm all ears.
Okay. So we have a shadow demon. And I've collected... there we go. Let's give that... Oh, of course. Let's give that to you. We will save, just to be safe.
Pink, there, hordes.
First come, first serve.
The light take you!
You have encountered the enemy Shadow Demon. This enemy is incorporeal. It receives no damage from non-magical weapons. Incorporeal creatures receive halved damage from magic weapons and spells. Ghost touch weapons deal them full damage, and non-magical weapons deal no damage at all. To fight this enemy effectively, use this. Well, I did.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
Ooh, magic longbow. Let's see what that is. A wicked longbow. Okay. Alright, how wicked? It's a composite longbow. It's a +2. Target must suffer curse. The curse. The cursed creature suffers a -1 penalty to will saves, -2 to fortitude, and -3 to reflex saving throws. It can be removed with a remove curse spell. That is a pretty wicked longbow. And it's a composite longbow, so you know what? I'm going to give him another longbow. Entrapping longbow. Yeah, that said, I'm going to make it his main one, because this one, let's see, not only does he attack, his attack stronger, +11, but his damage, 6 to 13, 5 to 12. I mean, of course, 5 to 12, it's, 6 to 13, 1d8 +5. Oh, that's right, it's all because his... luck bonus on saving throws against fire-based effects. Oh, I think I have 2. I guess I can add that. It's a little weak, but it's something, I guess. All right, so
You're irrelevant.
excellent. Well, we've avenged the fallen. Let's get out of here. Back to the house. Alright. So I'm going to have to make sure my spellcasters have sea invisibility. These people were not killed by demons. Their mortal wounds were inflicted by ordinary weapons. Tiger. Did I get a new pet? +2 modifier to perception and lore nature checks. I like the arcana checks though. I gained a pet. Hear me, take heed. The hordes of the abyss, the wardstone is their target. They must not be allowed to capture it. The consequences will be disastrous. A little late for that. Sorry. Oh, hey. Let's
Make
go
every
these.
strike count. Can't make the demons wait.
Nope.
Beautiful.
feel like there's a lot more over here. It says a blood-stained body, something truly enormous was dragged over these stones, probably to Rendlave. Rift in the earth, that's the one we fell through, yes. Alright, let's go and explore this place. Alright. Temple of Desna.
Let's see what we can do.
Oh. Fanfare the Fifth. Taking your book. I'll loot your chest. An altar of Desna, goddess of luck, patron deity of travelers and dreamers. She's also the goddess of the stars, which that certainly has implications. Alright, so that's the Temple of Desna. Go back out into the streets. Gonna go do all of this. Alright, so now let's go over here. I'm going to go explore up this way, but really I also want to... Let's go see what's over this way, if anything. Oh, loot! Oh, I got a bunch of spirits. No. Alright, so it's dragged out that way. Now, let's see. Let's go up this way. Not sure what that screen tearing glitch is, but... Wait, who are you? Stranger. The absence of an answer is an answer too. Alright, you're all mysterious and stuff. I don't like it. I'm too young to die! Help, somebody save me! Tiefling's voice. Is that you? I'm begging, help me out of here. Those rats left me here to rot, but you can save me. Is that you, Wolchif? Brother, buddy, help me out! Don't leave me to die here! Oh, he's under the stone. That was an amusing grip. Hey there, buddy. I mean, sure. I'll help. Look at her. We're going to help him, right? Sure. I don't see why not. You easily clear the rebel and free... good action. Whew, I'm alive! I'm actually alive! Thank you! I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. That way leads to the cellar of the Great Garrison. Stash a few crates of some real good booze in there. I'm not going back in there, no way, but if you're crazy enough to do it, take whatever you want. It's yours. So long. I'm gonna get the hell away from these ruins as fast as I can. You should do the same. Thanks for helping me out. Woohoo! Level up! Level up! Alright. Alright, so. Oh. That was scary. Okay, so let's see, because I'm doing. That's right. That's right. I am planning on Arcane Trickster, but I need my mobility up to 4. I need my. I need the ability to cast 2nd level spells. So, which of the Veil it is? Get that mobility to 4, as well as that Knowledge Arcana. I want to keep the mobility up. You know, let's keep the mobility at 4 and bump trickery up. So I want to. Yeah. Gotta keep trickery all maxed out. Precise shot, that would be useful. That would help me avoid penalties for attacking into melee. Arcane armor training. This is just a standard. So I know I'm going to want combat casting. I'm probably going to want arcane armor training at some point. Precise shot and accomplished sneak attack. Because, you know, having more... So that's actually 1, 2, 3. Don't really care about... I could do armor focus if I really wanted to. Deceitful. That would give me a bonus on my trickery and my persuasion. Defensive, deft hands. That would also give me... Ooh. Okay. That could be useful. Destructive dispel. Make a targeted dispel check against an opponent. Okay. Die hard. Dispel synergy. Dodge. If you successfully dispel an opponent, the opponent takes -2. Ooh, okay. Dodge is good. That can lead to mythic dodge. Dodge is good. Might get that in the future. Improved initiative is also good. Improved unarmed strike. Not really. That's not good. I was just reading that aloud. Magic tail. Now here's the thing. With the magic tail, you can actually get spell-like ability each usable twice per day from the following list in order. And you can get that's amusing. Martial weapons proficiency. Light repeating crossbow. Repeating crossbows are a thing. I mean, I know they're a thing in the game. I just didn't know they got them to be a thing in this. I guess that just allows you to use things like... Okay, well... Meta magic spells... mounted combat. Sphere to charge, trample... I don't know about that. Precise strike. Planks of fire, 1d6 precision damage. Stacks with other source. That could be useful. Skill focus, spell focus. Stealthy, throw anything, toughness, arcane strike. That could be useful. combat expertise, deadly aim. -1, so it's like power attack for... Okay. Double slice. Your offhand weapon, while dual wielding, strikes with great power. Add your strength bonus to damage rolls made with your offhand weapon. I don't think I promised her. Wielding a light weapon or any other weapon that can be used with weapon finesse, you can choose to take a penalty on melee attacks. Oh, this is power attack just for finesse weapons. Okay, that's a good one. Rapid shot is a good one. Weapon focus, yeah. Selective channel, point blank shot, but it requires... Are these all stuff that I have? No. Why are there all these thumbs up? Because it's a recommended feature. Greater trip. Greater disarm, greater trick. Oh, I say trick or mastery. What? Okay. Okay. Well, I think I kind of want to take martial weapons. Maybe at level 7. Maybe at level 7. Instead, I will take Accomplished Sneak Attacker. Agile maneuvers. You've learned to use quickness in place of brute strength. When performing combat maneuvers, you add your dex bonus. That could be useful. Alertness. Arcane armor mastery. Arcane armor. Oh. Just add another of those. Alright. Now I get to choose another spell. I feel like Mage Armor could be good, but it's an armor bonus. I technically don't need that. Burning Hands could be useful. Let's see. Subject is immediately sickened for the spell's duration. A successful fortitude save negates. I mean, I could cast Mage Armor on comrades, like, you know, that don't have good armor. It's a tough call. Let's do it. Well... Cause fear. Cure light wounds. Oh, I already have these. Ah, okay. I do have a single target spell. I have Snowball. So I guess I will do Mage Armor. Alright. That is good. Woohoo! Oh, I need to see. Alright, so... I am in that area. Good. So, yeah, I will definitely... stick with Paladin. Selective channel. Yeah, I'll do selective channel. She can get weapon focus later, but selective channel. Combat mobility. Yeah, definitely. Selected channel is definitely a priority. Animal companion. Unlike normal animals, companions hit dice. Oh. Let's see. Upon reaching 5th level, Paladin forms a divine bond with her weapon. As a standard action, she can call upon the aid of a celestial spirit for 1 minute per Paladin level. At 5th level, this spirit grants a +1 enhancement bonus. For every 3 levels beyond 5th, the weapon gains another +1 enhancement bonus, to a maximum of +6 at 20th level. These bonuses can be... it's almost 2:30. Alright, folks. Leveling up isn't terribly exciting, and I have to get to bed. So I'm going to end the stream, and once again, like, subscribe, or whatever. I will have my link tree in the show notes. And, yeah. You have a good evening, and of course, pleasant dreams. I suppose 2:30 in the morning, it's more like good morning. Anyhow, good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the demons bite. It gets infected. Doodles.